I'm Brianna, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
What's up, y'all? I'm looking forward to being undisputed in September. Let's get it. It's work time.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Well, if you guys were wondering what Crawford plans on doing after the Canelo Alvarez fight, assuming he beats Canelo Alvarez, for any of you fans that said after Virgil Ortiz beat Madrimov that Crawford should be fighting Virgil Ortiz or anybody else at 154, I got some really good news for you. Crawford is planning on going back to 154 after the Canelo Alvarez fight. What Crawford is most likely planning on doing is going to 168, beat Canelo Alvarez, become a 3-time undisputed champion, then go back down to 154 to become a 4-division undisputed champion, which is an extreme tall order. Crawford, he did an interview with the Ring magazine, and he was talking about all the talent at 154. He said it's a lot of great fighters out there. I don't want to disrespect any of the fighters just by saying one or the other is the best in the division. If they ever fought, the winner would be the best because styles make fights. Who knows? Maybe it will be a possible showdown for Terrence Crawford and the winner. Now, the first thing I want to say is it was already hard for Terrence Crawford to get a fight at 154 when he first moved to 154. If you guys recall, after Jermell Charlo lost to Canelo Alvarez and didn't return to the ring, it was looking like Tim Tszyu was the man to beat at 154, so that's who Crawford targeted originally. So the plan was for Crawford to fight the winner of Tim Tszyu versus Keith Thurman. And the crazy thing is, the week of that fight, before Keith Thurman pulled out of the fight, Tim Tszyu surprised everybody, and he said he's not fighting against Terrence Crawford next. He said he wants the loser, the guy that Terrence Crawford had just beat, Errol Spence. So then all of a sudden, Keith Thurman, he pulls out of that fight. Tim Tszyu ends up fighting against Sebastian Fundora. He loses to Fundora. So Crawford, he goes after Fundora, and then Fundora says the same thing that Tim Tszyu says. He wants to fight Errol Spence instead of the best fighter in the world, Terrence Crawford. So what does Crawford do? He targets the next champion at 154, Israel Madrimov. And when it comes to Virgil Ortiz, when Virgil was at 147, he was Terrence Crawford's #1 contender. And Virgil Ortiz surprised everybody and gave up the #1 spot instead of fighting against the champion, Terrence Crawford. And just to make this clear, this was way before he decided to move to 154. The WBO president not only confirmed that Virgil turned down a Terrence Crawford fight, but he turned down a Terrence Crawford fight on 2 different occasions. So the main reason I'm telling you guys all of this is just to say, if Crawford had fighters avoiding him before he even moved to 154, imagine how hard it's going to be for him to get these guys in the ring if he goes to 168, beats Canelo Alvarez, and then comes back down to 154. Crawford had a lot of fighters shook after they seen what he did to Errol Spence. Because remember, Errol Spence was considered top 5, pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world. And Spence turned out to be one of Bud's easiest wins. Now, if Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez, he says that he would like to see, the guys at 154 fight against each other, and maybe he fights the winner. But we know that by the time Crawford fights against Canelo Alvarez, those guys at 154 are not going to be fighting against each other. I mean, the way it's looking right now, Fundora, he might end up fighting against Xander Zayas. And the way Virgil Ortiz has been talking since he got that win over Madrimov, I don't think he's planning on fighting against Murtaza Aliyev next. So none of the top champions at 154 are going to end up fighting against each other by the time Crawford fights against Canelo Alvarez, which means if Crawford is going to go back down to 154, he's going to most likely have to fight these champions one at a time. Let's see how it all plays out. But once again, first, he has to get past the tallest order, which is his fight against Goliath, which would be Canelo Alvarez in September. And that's not even close to a guaranteed win. Let's see how it all plays out. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, the fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodekey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.